For a guy who's not an official surrogate, you're on the waiting list. What did the panel think of Trump's stint as fry cooker at McDonald's? And it's, I mean, I already addressed this. It's like they see him differently.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
I think when you have somebody who is a world famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we got to acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
And if I might add one more thing, it's like don't immediately just go to I hate him for that.
Yeah.
Which is but everybody I know here in Hollywood does that. And it's like, you're first of all, you look weak. You look weak. You look like you're so easily gotten.
Yes.
You look like you overreact to anything. I think politics comes out of personality. I'm going to do something extensive on this one day, but personalities. Your personality first. I know people who are conservative politically, because I know them. That's just who they are. They're squares. And that's okay. And there are people who just, they think Trump is fun like that. I don't get it, but I don't get Taylor Swift.
In video today, Bill Maher ignited a heated debate during a segment where he confronted a guest over a particularly woke stance, leaving the studio buzzing with tension. Staying true to his no-nonsense approach, Maher pressed the guest hard, ultimately leading them to backtrack and concede weaknesses in their argument. Even Jones, a veteran CNN analyst, appeared taken aback by Maher's bold pushback. In a discussion that spanned several pressing issues, Maher's incisive questioning laid bare what he views as hypocrisy in certain woke positions, advocating instead for a more nuanced and balanced perspective. The exchange has been celebrated as a defining moment, highlighting Maher's talent for cutting through oversimplified narratives with sharp, relentless logic. This is a must-watch moment for anyone interested in challenging debates. See how Maher's pointed questions not only expose flaws in the argument, but also guide the guests to reconsider their position in real time. Don't miss the full discussion.
Not that I'm comparing them, but I'm just saying.
I bet you would have bumped me for Taylor Swift too.
What's this?
You would have bumped me for Taylor Swift.
Oh, in a New York.
I know where
Exactly.
Of course I would.
Everybody else is turning you down.
I'd bump Kamala for Taylor Swift. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She's a classy person, and the success she's had, the influence she's had is amazing. I just,
Not your cup of tea?
Nikki Glaser was doing my podcast, and I was like, I don't get this, Nikki. You've been to 18 concerts. Tell me. And she's like, the music is so amazing. And she said, just watch the Eras tour. It's a 3-hour thing on Apple, I think. And I did not move the needle at all. This is not great music to me, but that's just me. I don't get her music, and I don't think Trump's jokes about Arnold Palmer's dick are funny, but other people do. It's not relevant.
So for those of us who love Taylor Swift, and I'm a big Swiftie, that is some of the fun that Kamala Harris is bringing into politics. So I did a Swifties for Kamala kickoff in Nevada, where I was just campaigning for her. We got all this energy, exchanging friendship bracelets and having fun. So there's a lot of joy there, Bill. And I'll give you a friendship bracelet too.
I'm not.
Love it or hate it, Trump speaks without a filter. While this approach can lead to controversy, it also creates moments of unexpected humor or relatability. His off-the-cuff remarks often feel genuine to his supporters and absurdly entertaining to critics. Even those who disagree with Trump's policies or rhetoric might find themselves entertained by his persona. It's this mix of polarizing qualities, charm, and unpredictability that has kept him at the center of public attention for years.
All right, for the panel, what does the panel think of Trump doing Joe Rogan's podcast today, and is it a mistake for Kamala not to do it? Yeah, I think it is a mistake. I think it's a mistake she didn't do this show.
Yeah, did you invite her? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, we didn't invite her.
Of course she should
We would have bumped you for her. I hate to say it. I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you.
And there's still time, I hope, and I know she's going to be campaigning in Texas. I hope she does the podcast. I think the more people see of Kamala Harris, the more they like her. She needs to get out there. I think some of that is a staff reticence that they had because of Joe Biden, which you couldn't put out there. We understand that. You can put her out there. She's terrific. She's likable. She's joyous. She's fun. She's clever. Get her out there.
Boy.
Things heated up when the discussion turned to Donald Trump and Joe Rogan's podcast. As the conversation unfolded, Bill Maher felt the need to challenge Jones, whose increasingly woke perspectives Maher found both out of touch and problematic. True to his trademark bluntness, Maher confronted Jones head-on, pushing back against what he saw as a drift toward extreme positions. By the end of the exchange, Maher had effectively shut down Jones's arguments, leaving little room for rebuttal and reinforcing his reputation as a sharp, no-nonsense debater.
Knock yourself out. I love all the joy and all the everything that, she does great stuff, but, I just don't get the music. All right. What are your thoughts on the Menendez brothers' potential being released on parole, and is it a positive sign for proponents of criminal justice reform?
I'll be honest, I'm not particularly invested in the Menendez brothers, but the thought of Kamala Harris going on Joe Rogan's podcast. That's a curveball. Harris has been making many public appearances lately, aside from a few small rallies. Even those have sparked backlash due to some bait and switch tactics, like inviting Beyoncé to events only for fans to discover she won't actually perform. Naturally, people are upset when they realize they were drawn in under false pretenses. It's clear Harris is avoiding high-profile appearances and interviews because, let's face it, her approval ratings tend to dip the more she's in the spotlight. It's frustrating to watch, especially since it feels like an intentional strategy to dodge scrutiny. Personally, I think it's a disservice to voters who deserve transparency and accountability from their leaders. On a different note, Bill Maher's recent interview with Van Jones offered some interesting insights, particularly his take on Jared Polis, who, let's be honest, bears a striking resemblance to Tim Walz in both appearance and demeanor. What did you think of the episode? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more engaging content. Thanks for watching.